Dotopian land. That's what we do. We'll see who jumps on. We'll see who don't jump on. We're going to have a good time just chilling like a villain still in penicillin. I picked up a stack of comics. Ha! Got some comics. Thought we'd look at some comics. I got some comics to read. I got some comics to collect. I got some cover buys. I got some pre-code. I got some 70s. I got some moderns. I got a little bit of everything. So I thought today we would go through the comics, check them all out, and see what we got. Big week. I was busy watching, I think it was number 7, Friday the 13th, number 7. I had to get off there to come down here because I was watching Tina. She, I don't know if y'all know about Halloween or about Friday 13th 7, but she's got her mind control powers, and she killed her daddy on the dock, and she had all these things she could do with her mind when she gets all pissed off. She starts doing crap and moving matches and catching matches on fire, and her doctor brought her back to Camp Crystal Lake because he thought that would help her, and people next door was partying, and the guy that was ready for the birthday party never showed up, and she got pissed and tried to bring her dad back to life in Camp Crystal Lake, and Jason was tied up to a rock and a logging chain in the bottom of the lake. Next thing you know, Jason was back, and I had to cut it off because I had to come down here and do this. But I think it was number 7. I like number 6 the best, which Tommy at the beginning of it dug up Jason, and he used a piece of broad iron and stabbed him, and lightning hit it and brought back Jason back alive real quick. And they're always fucking with Jason. They just need to leave him dead. You know what I mean? And I think it was 8 where he went to Manhattan, which was kind of silly. He's walking around Times Square and picking on everybody. But that's what happened. You know, it was chilling. It was a good time. What can I say? So the first one in the chat tonight is my man KB. KB is chilling like a villain. What is up, dope? What is up, KB? What's going on, brother? And my brother, El Green Machine. Nobody rocks it like old Gail Green Machine. The old Green Machine is rocking like docking. There's my boy Bleecker Street. He was supposed to be on here with me this week, but he got caught into an emergency meeting of some kind of something. So we'll have to reschedule him for some other time. Let's see who we got. We got Gary B, the Conan fanatic. What is up, Gary B? Gary B checking in. And my boy Gene Morello. Gene. Mean Gene. I know in other shows, some people call him Mean Gene. Some people call him, there's another name up there in Canada. They like to call him, I think it's Jean. I don't know which one he goes by, but I heard he goes by Gene. That's what the comic vet said. So I'm going to call him Gene. There's my boy. He said he's going to try. He's chilling like a villain. We're going to do it. And you know how it is. Bleecker is stuck at work like a sucker. He is chilling like a villain, still in penicillin at work. Don't know what to do. But do your work, Bleecker.
Do it.
First book I got to show off. I've been in like a little bit of a Swamp Thing phase here. Like I've been reading that Green Hell. I don't know if y'all seen Green Hell. Green Hell is like a 3-part story. It's coming out with Swamp Thing. Read the first one, so I went down the Swamp Thing rabbit hole, and I picked up my next read for when I get done with Green Hell. I'm gonna read this. This right here is a Swamp Thing 80-page giant. It's a one-shot, and it's by my man Tom King, so it's going to be good. Swamp Thing goes up, and as you can see, it's snowing, so he can't use his powers. The green don't work whenever it's freaking 0 degrees, so he has no powers. He's basically like a strong-ass man, and his job is return this kid to his homeland without getting destroyed by this snow monster. So he's getting chased by a snow monster, the whole issue. And Swamp Thing has to protect this kid and not get killed by the snow monster that I'm calling the abominable snowman. I ain't checked it out yet, but it ought to be pretty good. I'm hoping it is. Gary B, hope things are going well. You know they are, Gary B. You're one of the nicest people on the interwebs. You know, you're always happy. You're always in a good mood and always kicking it like chicken. Yeah, Gary B, Bleecker Street. What we got on there? Gary and John, El Green Machine, go KB. I'm hoping it's interesting. It's Tom King. I like Tom King. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to finish reading Green Hell first, then I'll jump into that. And I'm a big Bernie Wrightson fan, so I found one of these, so I picked it up. Love this guy right here. This is the guy. He's got that other face coming out of his belly, and he's walking on his hands. This is one of my favorite Swamp Thing covers. It's classic Bernie Wrightson. Beautiful. I think it says, Wrightson 73. So maybe it's around 73 when that was done. But how can you compete with that? Love that. Got the tombstones on there. My favorite Swamp Thing cover, though, is number 5, where he's got like the people all chasing him with pitchforks, and they got him surrounded, and they got the lanterns, the pitchforks, and reminds me of an old Frankenstein cover or something. But it's pretty cool. Oh, man. Here's I Love Disney and Comics. What is kicking? What's up, Dopeaholics? Dopeaholics are here trying to get their dopamines. I love comics. So many references to dope on this channel. Let's see here. Picked that one up a month ago. You're right, Cassidy. It's the jam. Nice to see you, Cassidy.
Yes.
Another guy in here. Here's another Swamp Thing we picked up. This is another Wrightson cover. It's probably one of the worst one out of the top 10, but I didn't have this one yet, so I went ahead and got it. It's really black, really dark. It's hard to tell what's going on. Looks like he's fighting a giant weed. So, it's really not too scary. I don't know why he's fighting weeds for, but they could have put a monster on there or something a little better. I think they got a little lazy, and they just said, hey, just draw some weeds down there and let Swamp Thing look up at it. That one ain't too scary, but it's number 8. First, I think I'll go for 1 through 10, finish up that run, see how it goes. See how it goes is all I'm going to do. Oh, me. Bleecker Street. Picked up Avengers 267 yesterday. CPV variant. Well, there you go, brother. I don't know what that is, but. Good book, good book. And if you ain't subbed to Bleecker Street, go give him a sub. He's been doing a lot of work lately. He's been doing his own channel, checking out stuff, trying to build up his channel. Go give him a sub. Go give old Gene a sub. I know he's on it. I Love Disney. He works hard. Give him a sub. Everybody on here. El Green Machine. Give everybody a sub. Look at these people. We're a community, and this is what we do is help each other out. And Canadian price variant. What do I know about Canadian stuff? I'm all the way down at the bottom of America. I'm down here in the damn south. Swampland. You know how it is. Speaking of Swampland, here is another Swamp Thing. I like this cover. This is a cover by somebody wrote an S through the barcode.
Yes.
I don't know what it's about, but I like the artwork on this. I might give it a read if I get bored, but I doubt because I've got other stuff to read. I like to kind of read stuff in order. I don't like to just break in and start reading down. This number 28. I don't like to just break in and start reading something, but I like the cover of this one, so I picked it up. Thought I'd give it a shot. I know a lot of people like the Alan Moore stories, so some people say the Alan Moore stuff is the best stuff, so we'll see if it is or not. And then this next one right here. Now we're getting into some of my stuff, my domain, stuff I really love. People say, horror collecting is expensive, but it don't have to be expensive. You don't have to go out there and get pre-code horror. There's other stuff you can get besides pre-code horror. And one of the things I love is Golden Key. Pick these things up for $2, $3, wherever you find them. Beautiful painted covers, just beautiful books. I mean, this girl right here is my kind of girl. She's smoking hot. She's got on her go-go boots. She's got on her booty shorts and her white belt, and she's hanging out in graveyards at night. What else do you want? I mean, she's like, she's like Rob Zombie's wife or something. She's just kicking it out in the graveyard. If I was a ghost underground, I'd come back for that too. Got this dude out here. He's like, Sherry, come back. Come back, Sherry. And everybody's running down the hill. I think this back here, some people think it's a haunted mansion, but I think it's probably like a country club. They's out playing a little golf, having a little party. And she found she found this dude right here cheating on her in the bathroom with another woman, and she come running out here crying and was trying to get away from him. And he's like, "It ain't what you think it was, Sherry." And it probably was. He was probably doing something in the bathroom he shouldn't have been doing. Now Sherry's out here so pissed that she's driving up demons. Driving up demons. That's what I think's going on. So probably just woke up everybody in the house. But that's all right, because we get excited over comics. You know what I'm saying? Picked up the first 2 issues of Danger Street. That's Danger Street, Danger Street. That's what I am talking about. Danger Street is the greatest stuff going on right now. If you ain't reading Danger Street, you should be. Danger Street is the greatest stuff on the planet right now. Get you some. Yeah, Sherry Moon. She's in every one of the damn Rob's movies. Sherry's hot. I give it to you. Sherry's hot. There's certain movies she's hotter than other ones. And look who is in the house. Is that Fast George?
I love it. I love it.
What is going on, Fast George? Where you been, brother? You're 9 minutes behind.
I love it.
Glad you're here, Fast George. Shoot. That's what we be doing. You know what I'm saying? Next one. Dr. Sphincter's back again. And I've got a couple of these. This pink-headed Frankenstein is on a couple of them. And I don't know what's going on here. Because this woman here, as you see, she's getting a facelift. If she wants it or not. Frankenstein shows up and says, "No, no, no." And this guy here's got a torch. So I don't know really what's going on here. It's like they took 2 or 3 pictures and just puzzled them together. Puzzle that shit together. Then we got some scientist beakers and shit back here that don't even go with nothing. But, you can find these $2 or $3. Dr. Sphincter. You got Ripley's Believe It or Not. You got all the old ghost stories. Dell and Golden Key are the greatest value you can get. Greatest bang for your buck. They're all got painted covers. They're amazing. What else can I say? Get you some. Clack, clack, clack. Pow! My damn sound effect machine cut off, but pow! We're going old school. We're going old school. If you know anything about old school, that's back when I used to do the pow.
Yes.
All right. Next, we got Witching Hour, number 31. This Arts of Witchcraft and Sorcery. Some black magic. Looks like the hot mama is locked out. They got the chain over the thing. She hired a babysitter to watch out over Andy while she could go out and get laid at the club. Come home about 1 in the morning and Andy has turned evil. Evil. His damn babysitter has got him up reading all kinds of black magic at night. He's freaking out. She'll never be able to get him back. He is red is for dead, as I know, and she's wearing red, so she's dead. You know what I'm saying? The black magic has took over Andy. That's what she gets for having to go out and find her a baby daddy. She left Andy alone with this woman, and now it is too late because that woman was a sorcerer. A sorcerer! A sorcerer of evil! So next. Man, I never wanted to buy this issue. This issue here, I'm collecting all the Witching Hours, 1 through 85. I probably got at least 75 of them already. And this is, one of the things this year I want to do is finish my collection. So one of the things I needed to finish my collection was this 38. It's ugly. It's a big DC 100 pager. Cover sucks. I hate covers with block things like this. Reminds me of Spider-Man 4, where it's got all the different blocks on there with the Sandman on it. But it's one of the worst covers in the Witching Hour run, but I need it. It's a DC, super thick. This is number 38. If I was a kid, though, I'd have loved it because you get a lot of stories for the money. And it's a super 100-page spectacular.
Do it. Do it.
And I did it, baby. I did it. I got it. I mean, what the hell am I supposed to do? I got it. You know what I mean? Gary B is a chuckling and a laughing. And look at there, round fast. We're just talking about some Amazing Spider-Man ran fast. I don't know what I was just saying, but oh yeah, we was talking about Amazing Spider-Man 4. Ran fast. If you're not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him. He's always collecting all kinds of ASM books. He loves his ASM books. He's working on his 1 through 100 now. He's down in the 50s somewhere. So go check out Ramfast. Give him a subscribe. Oh, me. What is the white cat doing? Ramfast says. The white cat. White cat. The white cat's the only one on here with any freaking sense. I mean, it senses evil. It knows there's evil. It's got the fluffy tail. And, you know, who don't like some white pussy? I don't know what it's doing. But it's angry white pussy. Kind of like my wife. Anyway, next, what do we got here? What do we got? Rolling right along. Here it comes. Well, my commentary is the absolute best. I just get excited about this stuff, Fast George. You know what I'm saying? And look here, the smartest man.
Yes.
My man, Anthony. Anthony is in the house. This dude right here puts a lot of thought into everything he says. And anything he says makes me just... He brings a different side to things. And, yeah, look at him. He's bringing the knowledge right here with Dr. Spector. This dude knows everything about everything. Like I said, I've told you before on my shows, he's the smartest man in the comic book game. He knows something about everything. I love it when he comes and comments on my stuff on IG. He comments on my stuff on here because he just brings a different knowledge to the game. Subscribe to everybody today that's on the side. Ramfast is chuckling. So we're having a good time. That's what's important. And the next thing I picked out, somebody last week, I didn't buy these because I got 2 sets of these already. But somebody last week asked me about Bigfoot, the Steve Niles series, the IDW series. And I told them I would get them out. They are amazing. Richard Corbin is like one of my favorite artists of all time. And not because his art's good. I think it's because I grew up with it. Richard Corbin drew a lot of stuff, but he drew like Twisted Tales. He drew Rob Zombie, Bigfoot story. He drew all kinds of stuff that I grew up reading. And so now when I see any Twisted Tales or anything that's got anything to do with Richard Corbin or Bruce Jones or Steve Niles or Rob Zombie, I have to pick it up because it reminds me of my childhood. And this right here has got 3 out of the 4 in it. So this is Richard Corbin artist. Steve Niles drew it. Rob Zombie. They're pretty hard to find. This is a Bigfoot 1 through 4. And this thing has titties in it. It's got gore in it. It's got fucking shock and drop, chop, baby mop, boo bop. I don't know. It's got everything in it. Whatever you'd want in a comic, this comic's got it in it. Now, I admit that I just sit here and bragged about some damn, Richard Corbin art. And that's not the best Bigfoot. Don't judge him on this because he can draw better than this. I can see why the series didn't do too good with this cover. But this stuff right here is gruesome. It's bad to the bone. I've got 2 complete sets of 1 through 4. I found one of these at my local LCS. That didn't even make any sense. I just said local comic book store. But anyway, I found one of these at my local LCS. And it was a couple dollars, and I picked it up. And I thought, I'll just get on eBay and finish this set. These damn things are like $30 a piece on eBay. So it cost me about $100 to put a set of 4 of these together. And then the last book was really hard to get, and I was going to have to pay about $70 for 1 book. So I bought a lot that had 2 more in it. And so then I had my OCD, I had to finish another set. So I got 2 complete sets of these now. And it's a great story. I wouldn't pay $100 for a set, but if you see these things in your dollar bin or you see them cheap somewhere, you won't find them on eBay cheap because they're about $30 a piece or a set for about $100. But if you see any of these, pick them up, give them a read, collect them, put them on eBay, whatever you want to do. But they're awesome. This is a Rob Zombie story. Steve Niles also. Rob Zombie. See right there, Steve Niles. Richard Corbin art. Bad stuff right here. If there's ever a Bigfoot movie, I hope it's just like this because I loved this story when I was younger. Love it now. I read it again about every couple of years. But that is issue 1. What's going on here? What is going on here? Look at there. We got Norrin in there. What is going on, Norrin? Let me get my sound effects ready. Awesome to have you.
Yes.
Norrin is in the house, man. Black cat, bad luck. White cat's got to be good luck. And white cat is good luck. Anytime I've seen white cat, it's always been a pretty nice night. So I like white cat. Let's see here. Ooh, I love Bigfoots. Bigfoots is where it's at, man. It's a hard to get series. It's amazing. Check it out. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Says Norrin. The Bigfoot homage is cool. Wow. Yeah, man. Gary B, here is issue 2. You start to see it's more savage now. Starting to get a little bit cooler. It's
Yes.
got old Bigfoot on there. Cool stuff. And if you can find these, pick them up. This says 2004 when the artwork was done. So it's around middle 2000s. Really cool books. I was surprised how much they cost when I try to complete the set. But this is one of them series that just every time I ever find one, I buy them because I don't know why I'm weird like that. But I don't find too many. And here is number 3. Number 3. This thing was vicious, delicious, sexy, cool. What can I tell you? Jump in the pool, act like a fool. This is the book. I love this story, and it kept me entertained all the way through. It's fun to look for. This is number 3 of the Bigfoot. We're going all over the place. We've been 70s, we've been indies, we've been everywhere. Richard Corbin has him, yep, similar to Dio River and Thomas Benton to the classic 1930s era. Yeah, Richard Corbin has a weird style to him, but I love this style. It's awesome. Rob Zombie is not in the comic. He helped write the comic. Let's see. I was deaf for days after I went to see him live. And yeah, man, I'm sure Fast George was a hell of a concert. Did he have the big steel robot on stage with him? I like it when he had the robot on stage with him. I like Rob Zombie. I like White Zombie better than Rob Zombie, but I'll take anything I can get. You know, Rob's cool because Rob, he knows his shit. He knew when he made this comic book, he knew to go get Steve Niles. He knew to go get Richard Corbin because he knows his history. Same thing, you know, he loves, like, you know, Addams Family and all the history of old books and stuff like that. So, you know, Rob does a little bit of everything. I also got another comic that Rob Zombie wrote with Steve Niles. It's called Nails with a Z. And it's awesome too. If you want to read Nails, it's 5 issues. It's about a wrestler that leaves a wrestling event one night, and a Harley gang gets around him and causes him trouble in his Winnebago, and things get detoured, and he gets into a big fight with this Harley gang that's satanic. And it lasts about 5 issues. It's pretty good too, so check that out. Yep, Rob Zombie is creative. Hey, Tylox, what is going on, brother? Brother from another mother. Man, this guy has everything in common.
Yes.
Good thing you could join us, Tylox. The man. Here's Cali Comics. What is up? And if you ain't subscribed to Tylox or Cali Comics, do what I told the rest of y'all to do. Just go and subscribe to them today. Check them out. We're a big community here, and we help each other out. Bigfoot is a hide-and-seek world champ. You are right. There's so many people that hardly ever find. I used to listen to a show called Coast to Coast, and it came on real late at night. And trying to remember the guy's name, but it was on AM radio, Coast to Coast. And he had another show out in the desert for a long time. But people would call in seeing Bigfoots. They'd call in seeing damn Loch Ness monsters, and they talk ghost on there. When I worked night shift, I would just leave it on there. Coast to Coast with Art Bell. That was his name, Art Bell. If y'all know anything about Art Bell, anybody know Art Bell? Art Bell was amazing. Art Bell had a show. You can still find him on YouTube, and it's just his old show before he died. And one of them was called Coast to Coast, and people would call in seeing the craziest shit. And he really believed it. I mean, he believed in aliens. He believed in ghosts. He believed in Bigfoot. He believed in Loch Ness Monster. He believed in the hole. He believed in all that kind of stuff. So Art Bell is the shit. Oh, man. He's got hot in the pit. Yep. And let's see here. I'd love to see White Zombie, but a great show still. Johnny Five had a badass slider guitar. Yeah, John Five is awesome, man. He's now in Motley Crue. I don't know if you've seen that, but he's joined Motley Crue because Mick Mars is old and retired. So John Five has left Rob Zombie, and Rob Zombie now is back with Blasto, his old guitar player before John 5. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Coast to Coast with Art Bell. It's a great show. Yeah, I can imagine. I wouldn't be roasting no marshmallows too much. I'd be in the damn car and gone. I'd be kicking rocks and catching socks. I'm gone. I'm gone. I ain't sitting around with no Bigfoot out there. Everybody wants to talk about how they see a Bigfoot and they get in their tent. What's the point of getting in a damn tent? I ain't getting in no damn tent. Bigfoot out there and expect me to get in a tent. And they always talk about how Bigfoot can throw rocks and all that crap. Oh, man. I think he was on a few episodes of Ancient Aliens. He could have been. I don't know. My boy Anthony knows. What does he say? Art Bell, Coast to Coast. He moved from the Philippines with his wife and returned to Nevada before he died. Yeah, George Norrie took over. See, this guy knows everything. Art Bell is amazing. Art Bell is the stuff. What, Gary B? Why you got to run for? Y'all have been here 26 freaking minutes. I have a short show. You know how short my show is. Why are you trying to run for, Gary B? I got you, Gary B. I figure you got to go eat some damn chicken legs or something. Have a good night, Gary B. Enjoy your chicken legs and your mashed peas and all that kind of stuff. And read you a Conan book. Remember, the greatest Conan book of all time. It came from the crypt. I don't know if y'all know that story, but it's one of my favorites. All right. Layer Gray, don't know. Later, and makes a little bit more sense. Well, anyway, here is number 4, the last issue. This is Bigfoot number 4. It is I think this was the hardest one to get in the run. I don't know how good it was selling, so I imagine they didn't make as many of this one. It's all black cover. It's hard to get in high grade, which I don't care about grades. Some people do. But if you're looking for it, this is the hardest one to get in high grade. Too much black on there. Lots of spine ticks. But I read my books. I've read this one about 3 or 4 times over the last 4 or 5 years. So who cares about that? Oh, me. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's back. Google it. John 5's now in Motley Crue, brother. Blasko's back. And I think Blasko fit better anyway. John 5 is a nice guy, and he plays lots of shred guitar. But I think for that style of music, all you need is a dude with some nasty dreadlocks that don't wash his hair and a big beard and looks like a serial killer like the rest of them. I think John 5 was too Hollywood. Sunday, March 26th. We're all going to meet up at the Masquerade for the Vader Christian show. Yeah, hope y'all have fun. Hope you have fun, Round Fast. That sounds like a good show. Where are you meeting up? What town is this in? Oh, man. All right, let's see here. Here's a cool book I picked up. It's $3 or $4 at the store. Somebody had a Man Thing number 2. And I said, Man Thing number 2? For $3 or $4? Hell hath no fear. I'm buying that motherfucker. Give me that Man Thing, baby. Shit. I was excited. I'm excited when I find stuff like this. Atlanta. Atlanta is a home of Mastodon. A lot of good bands. I love Mastodon. I love Weed Eater out of Atlanta. There's a lot of good stuff in Atlanta. Anyway, Man Thing number 2. Check it out. I've read this book before. I didn't have this book. But anytime I see a Man Thing number 2 for a couple of dollars, how you going to beat that? You can't beat that with a stick. Can't beat it. So I got that. All right, we down to 3 books I've got this week to show. So, Buckethead. Buckethead equals John 5. I don't know which one I like better. They're both very creative. Buckethead, he's got the breakdance and he's got the nunchucks. He's got the whole. Buckethead's good with the. He's got the kill switch thing down pretty good. Buckethead's very knowledgeable. I think John 5 might be a better player though. John 5's always doing all these slides, and he's got the kill switch, and he's also hitting it up on top of the head behind the nut. They're both amazing. I'd probably, if I could pick one, I'd pick John 5's skills. I heard Buckethead was in bad health. You can tell he's got some real long fingers. Buckethead's amazing. Buckethead, yeah. You can't go wrong with either one of those two. What is up, Stevie White? My boy, he ain't sleeping tonight. It's Stevie White. He ain't sleeping tonight. He's got to get up for work at 4 in the morning.
Yes.
Stevie, what is up, Steve White? Hope you've had a good week. Come here and just chill a little bit. Look at some dumbass books that you probably won't see nowhere else. And I like to show these books because I don't think many people care about these books. And you're not going to find many of these books. Like this next book I'm going to show, you're probably not going to find it anywhere else on YouTube this week. Because most people are showing Avengers and newer books and Venom and stuff like that. But I'm pulling out the old Charlton Bullseye. Where else you going to see a Charlton Bullseye? Look at that old spooky cover. This is something you can pick up for a couple dollars if you can find it. It's a beautiful cover. It reminds me more of, the 50s kind of art. It's got the shadows, but this is a Charlton number 8 Charlton Bullseye, full of scary stories. I bought this to read. We'll see how good it is. I like the look on dude's face there. He's looking pretty shabby in them green. He's got the all green on like he's at the Masters. We got some kind of skeleton coming in his room. It's a book of scary stories. What can I say? You find this at the store for a couple of dollars in great shape. Why not buy it? If it's in bad shape, buy it. I don't really care about shape. I'm not a shape hog or whatever. A shape hog. Shake snob. I'll buy it if it's all ripped up because I usually just want to read it. And horror books, the more beat up they are, the cooler they look. So I don't mind having a good beat up copy of any horror book. Spider webs all over it. Rats been eating on it. Just makes it look cool to me. So this is Charlton Bullseye, 60 center. Cool book. Like it. You can't go wrong with hardly any Charlton books. Oh, Man Thing. Yeah, next to the classic heap. It's my favorite swamp monster. I like Man Thing better than Swamp Thing, I have to admit. Creature from the Blue Lagoon is amazing. I've got some books of here. This Creature from the Blue Lagoon. My favorite is the 1962 Dale. I've got 3 copies of that. Buckethead was awesome. I agree. I don't think he's around anymore. I heard he's in bad shape, but Buckethead is amazing. Steve White. Nope. Tomorrow's a holiday up here in the Great White North, so bring some of them horror books. It ain't a holiday down here in the terrible South, I'll tell you that. I got to work tomorrow. I got to be up at 4. But my kids don't have to go to school because it's President's Day. So that's how it is. Made it home, dope. What is up, Blaker? We'll have to reschedule you for another week, brother. Glad you got in the comments with me, brother. What a face. I agree. When you look at this face right here, the artwork, you can see he's terrified. He's terrified. I mean, when I come home sometimes and my wife cooks, that's how I look because she can't cook. I wouldn't tell her, but she can't cook. She made me some mashed potatoes and gravy one time, and the gravy was thicker than the mashed potatoes. I had to cut the gravy out like a square, like a brownie or some shit, and pour the mashed potatoes over the gravy. It tasted like gravy, but it was thick as shit. It needed some water or some bacon grease or something in it because it wasn't runny enough. It looked like an oatmeal square cake or something. And then I just poured the potatoes over the gravy. So, sweet cover says Sweet Stevie White. Good evening to everyone. If it ain't the damn Hobgoblin Collector. Hobby Hob! What is up, Hobgoblin Collector? Hobgoblin. Collecting them hobgoblins. What is your favorite hobgoblin, by the way? I kind of like, I'm kind of partial to the old Green Goblin, but I do like the Hobgoblin. Now you got the gold one out and the red one out. There's too many goblins. So, shit, I don't know. Was it homemade gravy? Yeah, it was homemade gravy. It's like a gray sawmill gravy, and it was supposed to have like some pepper flake in it, something like you'd get at I don't know, Popeyes or something. You pour it over your potatoes, but it was actually so thick that I just had to cut out a square and then act like it's the best stuff I ever had. Green. Green is right. Oh, man. Dang. Oh, Hobgoblin getting Serious with me, Roderick Krinsley. Now, you know he's a real hobgoblin collector because he knows the name of the real hobgoblin. Me, I'm not too good with names. I know Norman Roswald or whatever his name was, the first one, kind of. But that's about all I know.
Do it. Yes.
Keep on collecting what you love, old hobgoblin. That's some good stuff, brother. Oh, I'm working too many goblins, one away from categorizing them all. Just need to get on the script. Yeah, man. I still think the Green Goblin is Spider-Man's #1 villain. Some people go out there and they want to talk about, Doc Ock and people like that, but I'm going to go with the old Hobgoblin or Green Goblin. And why are we talking about the Green Goblin? I know last week we showed a Spider-Man 1 on here, but we talking about the Green Goblin. So there you go. There's your 3.5 Green Goblin, first Incredible Hulk, tie in with Spider-Man, 3.5, chilling like a villain, stealing penicillin. Oh yeah, number 14. That is for you, Hobgoblin. Thought every once in a while we'll throw a little something extra on here because I don't know who's gonna be on here. When the Green Goblin killed Gwen Stacy, I think it was the most impactful moment in Spider-Man's growth as a superhero. I think that was 121 and 122. And I remember looking through a comic book not too long ago, and it was an old 80s brochure. And 121, and it wasn't that long ago. Yeah, it's like a 90s or 80s brochure. I think it's 90s maybe. Might have been 80s. But anyway, 121 and 122 was higher than ASM 129 at the time. Because back then, people put value on stories. So people loved that issue, just like you did. And, back then, there's value on stories. And so I just thought it was interesting that 121 and 122 was higher than, maybe it was 120 and 121. But anyway, the Gwen Stacy and then the killing of the Green Goblin was higher if you used to buy it out of the back of this catalog than if you used to go get 129. So, sweet. Yeah, thanks, brother. I've got 1 through 100. So if there's any number you want to see, holler at me and we'll pull it out of the box back there. I've got 1 through, I think, 55, all graded blue CGC. And after 55, I really didn't see any point of going any higher because there's nothing else I really wanted graded. I like the, I think it's 96, 97, and 98, the drug issues, that don't have the little code authority stamp on there, but I love them. 39 and 40. Yeah, that's 2 good issues, That's started the whole Ramita run. 39 is beautiful. 40's probably the best cover of the whole ASM run. I love 40 and I love 55. Just a close-up of Doc Ock. You can see Spider-Man. It looks like an Andy Warhol painting or something. 39 is beautiful. I got a 39 back there too. If you want to see them, just holler at me and I'll pull them out. Let's see that Dr. Sphincter book. Well, hell yeah, let's find that Dr. Sphincter again. I had 2 Dr. Sphinkters in here. Stevie White, we had this one. Beautiful copy here of this pink-headed Frankenstein. They got spiced together with this dude with a torch. Then we got some surgery going on back here. Then we got some scientist beakers back here going on. So I have no idea what's going on with that one. Then we got this one, which is my favorite. We got the girl in the go-go boots and the booty shorts and the white belt. The white belt just sets it off. She's out here rocking with the ghost at the, country club, chilling like a villain out here. All the ghosts, they back. Now, as you know the old saying, she's so high she can make a dead man come. We're going to find out. We got some dead ghosts chilling like villains. They coming back. So that's how that goes. Mexican Spider-Man comic never did. Yeah, she never died. I know. Yeah, that book's worth a lot of money if you can find the Big Butt Stacy books. They're in Mexico. They never did kill her off there. So that's pretty cool. Good point, Anthony. You always bringing the knowledge. Thank you, Dope, for getting me into those awesome horror covers. What can I say? I've seen you got a couple on your channel here lately around fast, but They're good, man. They're cheap. They're fun to collect. And there's some, DC 70s horror that is just as good as pre-code horror, and it's a fraction of the price. You know what I'm saying? So now those are some sweet Spectre. Yeah, man, I got some more Spectre. This is just two I picked up here lately. Let's see here. Yeah, Golden Key goodness, man. All right, we're down to 2 books on the floor, and they're both old 50s books. So let's start out with this Underworld Crime. Dude hard on his luck. This old 10 center. He's got his pistol out, as you can see. His shirt has been torn to shreds. I think he's been in a fight with a puma. I don't know who he's fighting, but he needs a new shirt because that one's been torn to shreds. This is Underground Crime. The portrait back here of him for $10,000 looks pretty darn close. I would say the same artist did this and did this. But the green pants is pulled up way past his rib cage. He's got on some high waters, as you can tell. You can see his ankles. He needs to pull them pants down a little bit. He's got his old 45 out. He ain't shaved in a couple days. He ain't slept in a couple days. This dude has been on the run. This is Johnny Gunn, and I'm on the run. Gotta run, it's no fun, because the cops gonna get me and throw me in the slammer. But I think he's as good as caught. Everybody wants that $10,000. And Mr. Green Plaid is going down. But he looks like a villain. He's scary. So, found his book. Wasn't too expensive. Liked the cover a lot. But I'll pick that up. That's some good underworld crime. And a lot of times crime books are more brutal than horror books. I mean, a lot of the crime books are telling true stories that really happened. And they show decapitations and heads being thrown in the sewers. They show people, putting their wife's head on a damn stove, branding people, poking people in the eyes and shit. But crime's more brutal, I think, than horror books. So if you look at the old crime books, yeah, they're bad stuff. Yep. Oh, man. And for the last book of tonight, one of my favorite pre-code horror covers of all time. This book gets no love. I love it. It's everything I want in a pre-code horror book. It's not very gruesome. It's gruesome enough. It's from 1952. It's a Charlton book. It's a Fawcett Charlton book from 1952. Number 3. It's just brutal enough, and it just shows you enough to know that what time era it's from. This is strange stories. This is strange suspense stories. Now, as you can see, this dude has lost his head. They give you that red effect on his shirt for blood, but it's not too bloody. It's not too brutal. You can't see bones and skin hanging out the hole where his neck is. He's got his arms up. As you can see, she's terrified. She's got on her Sears bra. It's one of them old pointy bras from the 50s. That's another way you can tell. That's like one of them mama bras from the 50s. You can tell whoever drew this was probably looking at Sears catalog back in the day. Got the old mama bra, titty bra on. She's got the old beehive haircut or whatever you want to call that. The puff. Is that the puff? She's got the puff on. Dude here, he's dressed like a Mac, man. I mean, he's got the cool shoes on. He's dressed like Weezer. Y'all know who Weezer is. He's got the cool clothes on. He just lost his head. And she's terrified. She's running. She's been out selling cookies and shit for her kids' junior high cookie drive. And she happened to go through the park, and this dude probably playing soccer or something got his damn head kicked off. I don't know. But she's terrified. And this is a terrifying cover. And the way they use the oranges and the greens, and it just don't look like your normal horror cover. I'm used to seeing the horror covers back these days have tombstones, lots of black, lots of purples, lots of greens. And this went with old sherbets and tans and grays, stuff colors you usually don't see. This olive color that you used to see on refrigerators and stoves back in the old days. That avocado dream. That's what I call it. Avocado dream. You wouldn't find that on many pre-code horror books, but it works here. And I love it. This is one of my favorite covers. Just the right amount of gore, just the right amount of blood, just the right amount of coolness. I love everything about it. It screams 50s, baby. Screaming 50s. So that's what I like. Let's see here. Damn. So cool, though. Crime and horror where it's at. And Fast George, if you like crime and horror, this is where it's at. Every week we on here showing this shit. You got to come back next Sunday night at 7 o'clock because I guarantee you we're going to have more horror on here for you. Next week we got a good show. So I've already got it planned out. I've already got the, we're going to have a special person on here next week. My boy Abyss is coming back, and we're talking no, we ain't talking Friday 13th. We're talking Nightmare on Elm Street 1. So we're going to be showing the first appearances of Freddy Krueger. We're going to show the first appearance in comic form. We're going to show Freddy Krueger collectibles next week. Tune in. Let's see. Oh, Alley Cat. Wow, wait, he was eating. Yeah, he interrupted an Alley Cat. Yeah, could have been what happened, brother. You never know. Yellow covers pop. Yeah, the bullet bra, baby. You know about that bullet bra, the old mama bra with the wire underneath. You open up one of them classic Sears catalog, and that damn thing is, I've seen sports bras that show more skin than that damn bullet bra. Bullet bra, you know it's 50s when you see the bullet bra. You don't even have to have titties to put on a bullet bra. It just makes you look like you got titties. I mean, it's like a thick ass. Don't ask me how much I know about. Don't ask me why I know so much about bullet bras. But I know about bullet bras. Them damn things like slingshots. Let's see here. Yep. Crime Books completed the crime exploration in the newspapers. Pre-code horror is fantastic. You are right, Steve. You are right. And if pre-code horror is fantastic, this show is fantastic. But like I said, next week, come back. Oh, we got Anthony saying something else. What has Anthony got down here? Legend of Sleepy Hollow was approved by school officials, and so they couldn't complain. You got that right. Come back next week. Next week, 7 o'clock, Sunday night. I got my boy Abyss on here. We're going to be talking. Like I said, we're going to be talking Nightmare on Elm Street. It's going to be a special edition of the show next week. Because we're going to be talking everything Nightmare on Elm Street. We're going to be talking comic books. We're going to be talking video games. We're going to be talking movies. We're going to be talking about, hey, everybody go watch Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Because next week we're going to be talking about it. And you need to know what we're talking about. We're going to be talking about Glenn. We're going to be talking about Tina. We're going to be talking about Nancy. We're going to be talking about Rob. That's the whole cast right there. Rod was Johnny Depp. And it was a good movie. So go watch Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Get refreshed. And I don't want to tell too much about it because we're going to talk about it next week. But I'm ready to talk about it right now. I'm ready to talk about it. I got a lot of hot takes. We're also going to be showing, Freddy Krueger comics. So, and collectibles. So come back next Sunday night. Make sure you're here, 7 o'clock. Check it out. What about Jab? Want to talk about bullet books? What are you talking about, Callie? Are you smoking some weed, Callie? What are you talking about? What about Jab? Who's Jab? What's bullet books? Now I'm intrigued. Where you been, Jacob? Damn, Jacob's in the house. Jacob, you got to get here quicker, brother. You're 48 minutes late. I don't know where you've been. You've been missing the show. You're going to have to catch us on the rewind because it's a good show. I'm going to put out another video. I ain't put out a video. I've been doing live feeds now for about, 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks. I'm going to have to put out, I ain't did any tapings lately, so I'm going to have to I'm going to drop a video sometime this week. And then, like I said, I'll be back here Sunday night to do it all again. KB, I know you'll be here. Fast George, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Can't wait, man. Freddy scared me as a kid, but I ain't going to talk about it. We'll talk about it next week. I'm so wanting to talk about it now. Freddy, gotta let Steve White. I know you got to work next week, but take you a nap. That way you can be here. It's at 7 o'clock. We're going to show you some cool stuff. What I'd like to find, I'm just going to say a little bit right now. I'd like to find me one of them Nintendo Freddy games with the box, with the manual, with the Nintendo sleeve. They usually run about $100 on eBay, and I'd like to find me the whole thing. It's hard to find with the manual, and I'd like to find a Jason one too. There's a Friday 13th Nintendo video game, the case, the manual, and the box. A lot of times you can find just the game, but I want it all. I want the whole box and everything that comes with it. And of course I'm smoking weed. What kind of question is that? I knew you was, Callie. You can't be from California and not smoke weed. That's what you do there. Yeah. Catch you on the replay, dope. I'll holler at you, brother. Yeah, brother. I'm glad you came, checked in with us. That's what it's all about, Jacob. Yeah, that's what I thought the channel's about. No, we don't have no dope on here. It's dope. I guess it is. I did sell my whole first comic book collection for a bag of dope, but that ain't why the show's called that. I gave up collecting comics like everybody did, about 17, and gotten playing in a band. Started hanging out at parties, started messing around with girls, and comics wasn't cool no more. So I sold my Hulk 377 and all my other favorite books in my collection, my Silver Sable 1 and my Deadpool black cover and all my Valiants and all that stuff. I sold all that I didn't sell it. I actually traded it for a bag of dope, but now I regret it. I wish I had some of that back. Quit collecting for a long time, and then I came back and started collecting again. But to each his own. This is a show about comics, collecting, and everything else. And whatever you want to do, just do it if it makes you happy. I don't care what you do. But anyway, until the next time, let me get my little sound effects ready. The countdown has begun. I will see you again beneath the blackened sky.